Okay, I guess I'll start. Play some songs for you. Yeah. Hello stranger, it's been a while since I last heard your voice. It seems like only yesterday we both shared a house. Now there's 1,000 miles of phone cable between us, but I can tell that you're not smiling. Now I'm going nowhere. You're gonna tell me the real reason for your dialing. So your love has gone away. By now he'll be sitting somewhere up on a plane, in an aisle seat with no view. Promise you right now that he'll be thinking of you, because from what I can tell, seems a nice fellow. I can see you're good together. You both look like you're straight out of an insurance commercial while I drove away from your driveway. And I know it's hard to become whole when you're usually referred to as his better half, but you're still a girl who chops onions wearing swimming goggles. You're still the same girl you were before. So your love has gone away. By now the hostess will be clearing up what's left on his tray. But who likes airplane food? I can promise you right now that he'll be thinking of you. Thinking of you. So your love has gone away. He's not expecting you to wait for him, but there'll come a day when he'll hang up his traveling shoes. And if you're still around, I'm sure that he'll come looking for you. Looking for you. He misses you too, you know. Thank you. We broke up about a year ago. We split amicably, of course. Then I heard about your accident when you fell off that horse. Ha ha ha. I took flowers to the hospital, when in turn the intern said that he'd help me find the room which held you and your broken leg, hidden by the friends and relatives all gathered round your bed. when you had a cast of thousands of signatures and charts filled with your fluctuating temperatures. You handed me a pen and pointed just below the knee. I'm glad there's still a part of you reserved for me. We met like laughing children, or just how clean it ended in the darkened ward at night. Well, blinds are all descended, but now I get a pang of pleasure seeing your legs suspended. Shame they can't cover us in plaster, and in 6 weeks all is mended. But I love the smell of hospitals more than just a bit. When I was young they couldn't keep my nose out of the first aid kit. The very thing that brings you here also makes you go. The top floor elevators just got one arrow. I'm in the kitchen with too many cooks. Thank you. Thanks, Maitland. This is my first time in all these years. I've never played Maitland, so this is. Are you all local? Newcastle. How many from Maitland that sell proper? Oh yeah, at least 3.
The ones that admit it anyway.
Yeah. Well, straight off the bat, I'd just like to thank Karen for contacting me and making this happen, because I was going to have to skip Newcastle this year, which is a sin, I know. But I couldn't find anywhere to play. We tried a few places, and then Karen said, "Let's just do it here." The only other time I've really been to Maitland is years ago. My girlfriend, as a birthday present, bought me a night in the Maitland jail. You could, which I don't know with today. Like that was, maybe over 10 years ago, and I don't know with today's like nanny state situation, you'd even be allowed to do that. They locked you in for the night, and then they come and let you out at 7 in the morning, and because it's on the most haunted places in Australia register or something like that. But to tell you the truth, I was more scared of the local Maitland people I was locked in there with. There was like Christmas parties, there was a lot of bourbon and Coke cans being consumed. Anyway. Well, I've got a friend with me, Lyndon Blue, who's going to come and play. We've just done this little 2-day world tour in New South Wales. And we're going to play some songs for you. Brain, where you gonna go now? There is nothing that you don't already know now. Everything on my mind is up and gone. Was it only yesterday that I last saw you? Now you're not so pale, your cheeks look redder. I've never felt better. Rain, what you gonna do now? That the day got old, there's nothing to think through now. Everything on my mind is up and gone. Won't you tell me all your little worries now, if you got 'em? That's okay, they all floated away. Now I'm down here on the bottom. Brain, who you gonna run now? Everyone went home, you've had all of your fun now. Everything on my mind is up and gone. Sitting up that tree all day ain't worth a goose egg. I just like the way that the leaves all dance and the breeze blows up my pants leg. Brain, where you gonna go now? There is nothing that you don't already know now. Everything on my mind is up and gone. Everything on my mind is up and gone. On his mind is up and gone. Thank you. Cheers. And a massive thank you to Joel for opening up this. I've never had a magician support act in my life, so that's a bucket list. I'm still trying to work half it out. Nothing like that before. I've once had a knitting club support me. That was kind of avant-garde. There's bayonets and bones and these Virginian cobbled stones, all buried neath the shadows of your mind. And now a shopping mall is found, built on that bloody battleground. And I always find it open on way home, with signs that advertise free salvation, the very ones who take your soul away. But there's you and me and 103 reasons to leave those troubled days behind. I can empathize myself, I know it can be overwhelming. History rubbed its grubby hands on everything. There's the dates and piles of embers someone bothered to remember. It's the secrets that weren't written down that haunt you. Say it, ghosts, they really do walk among us. Then these must be the angriest of all. There's you and me and 103 reasons to leave those troubled days behind. That's mounted in the Kmart. It was donated when they closed the 5 and dime. Antlers like strikes of lightning, frozen in time. We're always worried when you're gone. You said you'd spaced out on the lawn, counting columns of the antebellum homes. When you woke up in Athens, Greece, you were surrounded by police who picked you up and lovingly carried you back home. To dredge your dreaming for flashes of meaning, it's like running alongside a moving train. But there's you and me and 103 reasons to leave those troubled days behind. There's you and me 1863, watching the proclamation being signed. Thank you. This is all pretty informal, so we don't have a plan. If there's anything anyone wants to hear tonight, we can do it. As long as it's not a Savage Garden cover, I don't know any of them. We're just talking about it. I'm about to play a Savage Garden tribute night in Melbourne, so I need to learn them, but...
Yeah, ask him in a few weeks.
Yeah, ask me in a few weeks, I'll know them all. Lyndon and I, well, we played Armidale last night at a festival there, and it's been really fun. But we're hanging out with Tim Rogers last night. He was just swigging from this like eternal bottle of vodka that seemed to be sticking out of his pocket all night. But Lyndon and I are more into the ginkgo tablets. That's kind of the high that we go for. We're kind of like Elvis Presley of vitamins. Our downers are passion flower. That puts us to sleep. But I don't know. What can we? Do you want to do Vinnie Layla? Do you want to try that?
Sure.
We haven't done it in a while. It's called The Ostracism of Vinnie Layla, based on a book by Thea Astley.
I didn't even know that.
Partly. Bet the truth a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, this is a creepy song because I'll tell you why. So we recorded this song in a little hall in. I'm from Queensland, and there's a hall. It's the oldest operational silent movie theatre in the world. Is there, and it's been going since my grandmother was a girl, and she went to a school dance there and everything. And so did this character in this book, and I found out later that the character was an actual person who lived in Pomona many, many years ago. And I wrote the song without knowing what it was about, and then read the book later and realised that it felt like she was writing it through me. It's kind of the only kind of supernatural song experience I've ever had. But this movie theatre, I'm hoping they're going to run it into the ground so I can see it's my future. When that's my retirement, I want to run this silent movie theatre. Anyway, the book's called A Descant for Gossips, if you want to look up about Vinnie Layla. All around the room in a whirl, you saw dancers catch fire when you're still a girl in a town that's built on the whispers of tattlers, and yet to inspire a single dot in the Commonwealth Atlas. God only knows how these things ever start. An empty plate in the place of a heart that finds its way on a trail of crumbs and stains window panes with the prints of thumbs. So go, take rest, fold the blankets up tightly with your knees to your chest. A harmless sound, but to such delicate ears it must seem like there's a zoo burning down. There must be someplace better. Search through every library book down to the last letter. Even Thornfield Manor sounds enticing, with echoes down the halls and on the walls the heads of bison. take rest. Pull the blankets up tightly with your knees to your chest. A schoolyard song, and no one can blame you for getting it so horribly wrong. The old saddler's breath always smelled of leather. The cafe sign letters being faded forever. Irrelevant facts from the history tester, snowed under the chalk dust of last semester. So can't you see what it's done to your mother, what it does to me now? All their words will shatter into pieces when I lock you in my arms again. Who needs to rehearse?
I need to rehearse that drum solo. It didn't translate too well to the double bass.
I was wondering how you were going to do that.
Yeah, I didn't.
Tap it out. Sadly, my nan never lived to hear that. Well, I wanted to explain it to her, but she wouldn't have. She never liked my music anyway. No, it's fine. She put out, like, you know, so many albums or whatever, and she just didn't really take much notice of it. And if I tried to play a song at the farmhouse, she'd change the subject. But I put out a teaspoon, it was like a merchandise item, this souvenir spoon. She loved it. She thought that was my greatest achievement. She showed all her friends. All right. At wanted, we had a vacancy. We didn't know what was in store, but we were soon to see. She plays records of Iron Sausage at any given hour. She turns on the hot water tap while I'm in the shower. And at night the house is quiet. You might wonder why. Punk's not dead, she's just gone to bed. Punk's not dead, she's just gone to bed. Couldn't give a damn about the friends of mine she'll scare. Some people just can't see past studs and bleach blonde spiky hair. I say A for ABBA, she says A for Anarchy. In the morning she says never mind the bollocks, here's your cup of tea. And at night the house is quiet, you might wonder why. But Punk's not dead, she's just gone to bed. Punk's not dead, she's just gone to bed. She's got a long neck in her hand. At 10 a.m. she's playing me a dictaphone recording of her band. The drummer has been playing nearly 7 hours, but he hits them with more passion than some other drummers from Cowra. And when the night has come, all safety pins must come undone. And if the house is quiet, well that's because punk's retired for the night. If the house is quiet, well punk's retired for the night. Yeah, she's retired for the night. If the house is quiet, well that's because tonight. One little punk rock girl who's dead to the world. Let's do
Cheers. Yeah, cool.
This light's really getting me going. It's normally set and forget, but this is like a malfunctioning traffic light that's like it's giving me rhythms that I didn't know I had. We're going to do one unplugged for you. We drove up the Buckets Way. Okay, yeah. T-Bolt, represent. Listened to Bucket FM. There was a lovely 80s kind of night, Friday night, 80s night. It was fun, but there are all these beautiful handmade signs for a Slim Dusty show that's going to happen in, Stroud. Are you from there?
No, we were there last weekend.
Oh right, did you saw the signs too?
I did too, yeah.
Yeah, are you a Slim Dusty fan?
Oh, I am now, but...
What do you mean after you, it took 1 week ago, you've grown up in Australia?
I like Slim Dusty, yeah.
Okay. I was like, how have you avoided him for this long? Until you're driving and you're like, who's that? Well, we went to the pub because I just needed to know. I'm a big fan, so I needed to know about it. And the publican's like, well, it's not Slim. It's this local guy. It's a local guy that just does his songs, and it's and Lyndon and I were like, what's he like? Is it, what's he like? And this is the honesty you get in places like this. He goes, well, if you go there expecting something, you might be disappointed. This is one of his mates. Anyway, we're going to do a Slim Dusty song for you. Well, my girl and me, we're happy, you see, until a week ago. Then one crazy night, we had a fight and she said that I had to go. So I hit the rails in New South Wales without a friend or mate. I travelled around till I finally found I was in the Sunshine State. In Auckland town, I wandered around. I went down to Roma Street. I wandered along through the hurrying throng to rest on a railway seat. Then on the train I took in her name. To me it sounded grand. As it's leaving today, I'm shouting hooray on the Sunlander from Queensland. Well, baby, we're through. It's goodbye to you, never going south again. With my future to guide and this movement to ride, right till the journey's end. Well, Anna, Roxanne, Lindsay, Noble, Lisa, Newbie, and Garrett's always on my mind. Hana, Hanalei, I wanna take you away, but your boyfriend's a friend of mine. Alberta, Renee, I wanna take your picture and wrap it around my nightlight. I'd give you my name, just sign here on the dotted line. Well, Andronica Kaplan, I gotta make it happen with you and me and everyone. I wanna bottle your scent, put a little bit into my humidifier. I want you to take me on a guided tour of where you grew up sometime. We can sit on the porch, just drive by. Last night, the needle was pumping me up and down. It felt like a lover's fight. Then you patched me into your favorite jeans underneath a little light. You broke the thread and then you never said goodnight. Well, Anna, Roxanne, Lizzie, Noble, Lisa, Newbie, and Garrett's always on my mind. Hana, Hanalei, I wanna take you away, but your boyfriend's a pretty good guy. Alberta, Renee, I wanna take a picture and wrap it around my nightlight. I'll give you my name, just sign it on the dotted line. I'll give you my name, just sign it on the dotted line. I'll give you my name, just sign it on the dotted line. Let's do one more like this. Yeah? This feels good. What these are? Eat, yeah? Well, it takes all kinds to make a world. Big and little, men and women, boys and girls. And I'm the kind of guy hard luck sure gives the world. Well, I guess it takes all kinds to make a world. Well, I wrecked the heck out of my pretty car today. A total wreck, I had to walk home all the way. A phone call said you're holding ticket 17. You lucky thing you've won a tank of gasoline. Well, it takes all kinds to make a world. Big and little, men and women, boys and girls. Well, I'm the kind of guy hard luck sure gives the world. Well, I guess it takes all kinds to make the world. Well, last night I had the pleasure of her company. She said she'd like to see a whole lot more of me. So I spent money like I had my pockets full. Now just ask me what it's like to try and see through walls. Well, it takes all kinds to make a world. Big and little, men and women, boys and girls. Well, I'm the kind of guy hard luck sure gives the world. Well, I guess it takes all kinds to make the world. Well, a friend and I went to a picture show in town. They called his name and said his house had just burned down. Well, I took his hand and offered him my sympathy. Then suddenly remembered that he lived with me. But it takes all kinds to make a world. Big and little, men and women, boys and girls. But I'm the kind of guy hard luck sure gives the world. Well, I guess it takes all kinds to make the world. Well, I guess it takes all kinds to make the world. Lyndon and I have another side project called This Machine Eats Chippies, and that was a little. You got a little treat. Squash song. Why should I worry? I don't know. I'll turn off my radio. Day after day, the airwaves are awash with songs of ones in love and them who are out of. There's just not enough songs about squash. Maybe to you it's just a game, somewhere you heard the name. Not for the claustrophobic, a pastime for the posh, without sounding too peculiar. If it's the cardiovascular you're after, then you can't go past squash. Netball, t-ball, orienteering are all worth a second hearing. Football, handball, four in a square are all good, but they just don't compare. Hope I'm singing clearly, because there's not nearly enough songs about squash. We'll have to cancel tennis training, but look here, never fear, throw down that Macintosh. I know a game under a roof, it's just four walls and the truth. It's fun, rain, hail or sun, and the game it's called squash. Red dot, green dot, yellow dot ball, try and bounce it off the wall. Headband, wristband, fuzzy handle racket. Can some DJ play a squash song in their bracket? No, I'm not trying to fool ya. It'll either kill or cure ya. The game is called squash, because there's not enough songs. There's not enough songs. There's not enough songs about squash. There's not enough songs, grab your racket. There's not enough songs, if you can hack it. There's not enough songs about squash. No worries. Song about Halley's Comet, 1986. Linda, do you want to play on it? Sure. Yeah. Has anyone not heard this song before? Just the Slim Dusty fan. Okay. The story is 1986 was a rough year for Halley's Comet viewing, right? Everyone else knows that. 1910 was wonderful by all accounts. Sleepy-headed children all lie lumps in the bed. I'll light the stove and pour water in the kettle and jam and butter on the bread. Wake up, you sleepy-headed children, wake up and out of bed. There's a visitor who's called, and he'll soon be gone again. a sleepy old head, but I don't believe it's right. You never heard an old visitor comes calling in the middle of the night. Well, I'm gonna tell this visitor I don't think it's polite to come around here calling when everyone's sleeping tight. Now mama says stop your moaning and put something on your feet. This visitor is not the kind of fella you can talk to walking down the street. And go and tell your sister to put something on her feet. Wrap a blanket round your shoulders and out the door toot sweet. Now we've got real nice neighbours, both living on the left and the right. But I never thought I'd see him out standing in the yard in the middle of the night. Well, now I saw all our neighbours, I got an awful fright. All out in their pyjamas, staring up into the deep dark night. Well, there's the old man living on the corner, and he's saying look up, look up. And the lady next door, she's trying to pour hot tea in a little tin cup. She points and says, look up there, follow my fingertip. Well, I stretched and strained and squinted. Then I said I'd just give up. And she said, that thing you're trying so hard to see, don't look at it directly. It'll hide from you like an old gecko on a gum tree. Did my father's binoculars help? Well, that depends. If what he saw was the visitor and not a scratch upon the lens, then someone says I see it, and another one says I think I see it. There's a long and fiery tail, and that'll be it. There's more stars out tonight, 1,000 times the national flag. And the old man's following a sky map printed on the page from a local rag. To the right of the Hyades, to the left of the Pleiades, like fishing for an aspirin, loose at the bottom of a bag. Now the Hyades are a bunch of stars, all shaped like the capital A. And the other is the name of a video game I always used to play. I played the game Pleiades all through the 1980s. $3 worth of 20s. You could easily waste the whole damn day. It's strange to me how the art can be so quiet in the light of the moon. In the day we're told to not play on the road where the cars all race and hoon. All up and down the daytime they race and howl and hoon, and send the cats all flying, or else meet their roadside ruin. We got 5 cats buried in the garden and 3 across the road. And I remember their furry little faces every time I mowed the grass around the garden and the grass across the road, where we dig the bait worms wriggling to the croak of an old cane toad. And she said, that thing you're trying so hard to see, don't look at it directly. It'll hide from you like an old gecko on a gum tree. still think of that visitor blazing through the endless black. If I'm still alive, I'll be 85 if he ever makes it back. Blazing out a trail through the deep and silent black. He'll never look behind him, and he'll never leave his track. 'Cause everything goes in circles, we come back to where we've been, and all become the aggregate sum of what lay in between. Oh, it sure has been eye-opening, all the places that I've been, but that nighttime sky ablaze, all brilliant and amazing, above the house that I was raised in, is still the prettiest thing I've seen. An impatient bystander knocks, put the receiver back down in its place, and that certain things should be said to the face. I'm a believer. You're stripped of all your worldly powers, staring at the opposite apartment block for hours. You say that each window's a different TV channel, and you surrender all your so-called friends for flowers. And you'd rather be sleeping in a paddock with the horses while stars cross the skies on their prescribed courses. Can you take me with you when you go? Because love is just a lazy generalization that we use for 100 different feelings. There's many situations going through each other's pockets. It's not like us. Flattery should get you somewhere, and your happiness is just a chemical. Your happiness is just a chemical. Your happiness is just a chemical. It's just a chemical. Constant feeling you're being watched, all your good intentions so clumsily botched. Kiss sent down the telephone line will come out sounding like a butt getting squashed. And grasshoppers fling erratic parabolas while you're drowning ants with your can of cola. Can you take me with you when you go? Because love is just a lazy generalization that we use for 100 different feelings. There's many situations going through each other's pockets. It's not like us. Tim Flannery should get you somewhere. Your happiness is just a chemical. Your happiness is just a chemical. Your happiness is just a chemical. It's just a chemical. So yeah, break it down now. Separate the parts and give them titles. Lungs are for songs and eyes are for feasting, and butter's for a basting. Can somebody please check my vitals? Yeah, you know that love is just a lazy generalization that we use for 100 different feelings. There's many situations going through each other's pockets isn't always a plus. And that sensation that you felt up the back of the bus, it was just a chemical. Your happiness is just a chemical. Your happiness is just a chemical. It's just a chemical. Yeah, it is. Thanks, guys. How are you all feeling? Is it good? Good feelings? Good vibes?
Is anything too loud, too quiet? Probably should have asked you
Yeah,
earlier.
like an hour ago.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Do you mind if I just like get in this spider before I
Yeah.
Oh,
He was going to catch you if you walked off.
oh, what a hero. Look at that, Spider Wrangler. That's another first. Never had one of those. Look, there's even, we rocked up, I didn't know what was gonna, I didn't know what to expect today, and Karen let us in. We even got our own little green room in there, which is full of Allen's lollies and Rocky Road and chips. That doesn't happen ever either, like at a proper venue where you go, you know. Everyone's trying to force alcohol on you as a musician, you know, you travel around the world and alcohol, and it's like passe, but as soon as someone even just gives you a bite of a sandwich, you think you've won the world. Like, food doesn't really factor into it, does it?
Yeah. We just want ginkgos and Alan's party mix.
Well, ginkgos are like $7 a pill, so we probably couldn't ask for that.
That's not on the rider. No.
That's that's Armadale prices.
black tea with soy.
Yeah. I mean, chomps were. I mean, you probably know my affinity for chomps, and they were at a fair price in Armadale, like $1.50, which is,
It's not bad for a chump.
it should be 70 cents. Really. That's the point of a chomp. We've been through it. The point of a chomp is that it's not as. It's like a smaller ratio of, and a perfect ratio, if you ask me, of wafer, caramel, and chocolate.
What are we playing, Dad?
Let's do Chattanooga Shoot Shoot, and we'll do a couple more for you. Seriously, if someone's going to go home unhappy that they haven't heard a specific song? Will of the River. Will of the River? Yeah.
Are there any songs about chomps?
There's not enough songs about chomps. Yeah.
Service station.
I tried writing an ad for Kinder Surprise years ago, and I sent it to them, and they, never heard it. Let's do Will of the River first, I think. Who do we do that in? Tore out the map of California, drew it on my arm with a ballpoint pen. All the ideas they try and pawn ya. You can choose your place just like your own patch of skin. It's so hard loving somebody with something inside me that pulls my arm. I'll stay steady just as long as I'm able to be. Not far from here I was delivered. Grew up making promises with my fingers crossed. I'd go and stare into the river, learn the art of moving on at anyone's cost. You'll understand it from a distance, a shiny silver line all squiggly and bent, chooses the path of least resistance, flows under the heaviness of its own intent. I say it's so hard loving somebody when there's something inside me that pulls my arm. I'll stay steady just as long as I'm able to be. Want me, just never try to haunt me. A restless ghost already wears my body like a glove. Tend me, bend me, just never try to mend me. It's the only way that I know how to love. My heart, it hangs inside me heavy. It beats and keeps some kind of dark secret time. It's quiet when I'm by the levee. Watch the swirling rainbows of the factory slime. The flattest stones and mammoth bones, fossils for children scavenging on the banks. Like it much better when alone. When they ask me to play, I just say I'm okay, thanks. It's so hard loving somebody, something inside me. I'll stay calm, I'll stay steady just as long as I'm able to be. True story about my near demise. This song unfolds in real time. I'm far from home and lost and lonely, namelessly bouncing around. Spent too much time and money in this little Georgia town. But nothing lights a fire just like running out of cash will. I had enough to buy a one-way ticket back to Nashville to a better home, owned by a friend who's learned it the hard way. If you invite me in for coffee, I'll unpack my bag and stay. Just like Paul Blanche Dubois, I've also come to put my faith in the charity of strangers and honest transportation. So I find myself aboard this silver bullet budget bus with that creepy guy in sunglasses down the back looking sus, and that old woman with her belongings in a busted plastic bag, and all the nicotine devotees marking time to take a drag. We'd only just left Chattanooga town, and I thought it prudent to sit beside this young and wholesome graduating college student. She was pondering where best to go to do her PhD. She said she had two options, Australia or Italy. I said, well, that's a no-brainer. You better come study with us. And that's about the time we both heard something hit the bus. I counted 6 loud popping thuds that came in quick succession. They went, that's Lyndon's impression. Well, I innocently thought it kids just throwing rocks for fun. But that guy sat up the back yelled,
Them the shots fired from a gun!
Now everyone stopped talking. We all looked at each other, not knowing if to write ourselves a will or duck for cover. And underneath the small explosion, the ancient gave a hellish roar, like when the stick slips out of gear and your foot's flat to the floor. Then the bus lost all control and started swerving across the freeway. Just missed the concrete barrier with about 2 meters leeway. I was seeing gruesome shots they'd used for the morning edition. When someone behind me moaned, do we assume the crash position? Oh my God, I did not know that this was how I was meant to go. I said, oh my God, please save my neck. Don't want to die in this burning wreck. But the driver kept her nerve, for she had all our souls to save. She stopped short on the verge of what might have been our grave. Now everybody's thrilled as if they've just been in the movies. They're calling up their families saying, guess what just happened to me? Within 10 minutes flat, soon as you heard the sirens wail, we're hemmed all around by squad cars, flashing light Boxing Day sale. Officer Friendly got on board, took out his pad to take some names, patting the heads of children and flirting with the dames. He said, tell me now, have any of you come to any harm? He had John chapter 3:17 tattooed along his arm. He said, you can go stretch your legs now, you might be sitting for some time. So I jumped off with the smokers and from there surveyed the crime. Well, the first shot, it glazed off the flank. The second barely missed the tank. The third shot went right through and lodged into the toilet door. The fourth shot pierced the luggage lock. The fifth shot struck the engine block. Then the sixth shot popped the tyre and then it shredded to the core. After a while, little bits of the story filtered through. Well, the shooter had been local and the cops, they now knew who. He was supposed to join the bus back at the Chattanooga station. He was late and tried to wave the driver down, but she's impatient. She's bent to her position and a timetable to honour. So he tailed us to the freeway and let the bullets rain upon her. Oh my God, how close we come to marching toward your kingdom drum. I said, oh my God, how close we be to staring down our eternity.
Darren Hanlon.
3 years at Jazz Guitar College, just for that one solo. Now when the last cop pulled away, we had been stuck out there for hours. Didn't wait too long before the mood it soured. See, my student friend, she's wailing that she's now gonna be late. She's gonna have to call ahead and cancel tonight's date. I said, feel lucky you're not dead. You're really giving me the blues. When the bus returned to Nashville, it didn't even make the news. Cause in the history of Tennessee, it was just another day. Now I made it to that warm bed. If there all day I'll stay. And if you ever ride, find yourself riding the bus around Chattanooga, keep your eyes open for pockets with an outline like a luger. Cause it worries me the most because it's difficult to tell that if you should fear those who have missed the bus or then who's punctual. When John Howard was elected, it gave us a queasy feeling. I heard some of my friends say they were moving to New Zealand. But now in the gun debate against the Yanks, I'm proud to say that he stood up to the Nationals and he took our guns away. It pissed off a lot of farmers, using ruse for target practice. But the truth is many thousands of us might now be cactus if in a fit of rage or sadness there was still a gun to reach for. And if it saved one single life, this is an idea we should preach more. To those cheese and corn gun-toting thugs there in Ohio, we should tell them they should all sit down and read John Howard's bio. Just ask the angry farmers, even their tempers now have slowed. They can still go and shoot kangas but must now stop and reload. Thank you. Thank you so much for listening. Really appreciate it. Thanks to Karen and Rob and family and everyone who travelled.
Thanks so much.
They really put the tea into party. Thank you. On a warm night in March, on a dark disco floor, I danced up a storm like I'd never before. Every step in the book, and then some that weren't listed. For a song or two I felt nothing else existed. Now if a dream curled at your feet, you take it home and name it. I'm struggling now to find something to blame it on. Strobing effects, or perhaps it was that dress. My eye was captured by a beautiful actress. Now the minutiae still in my memory writ large as she danced near me with her coy entourage. She tugged at the scarf round her neck, it came loose. She flung it and hung it from the disc jockey's booth. But before I continue, one moment's reprieve. I grant you, dear audience, a chance to leave, for my tale never ends, and that it never stopped. When the house lights came on, I'd already departed. No, not one word was spoken, nor a glance exchanged. And when the sun rose next morning, the world hadn't changed. See, we only touched elbows, is the plain naked truth, and I can't even back up my story with proof. We only touched elbows. I felt our blown bones cranked together. Then the moment was over in our falling feather. An accident, sure, that happened our wrangle. Our elbows did touch, our arms at right angle. Now there's naught the nosy observer could have guessed, but the rock and roll drummer inside of my chest. Everyone's seen her films and they'll whisper her name. That we only touched elbows is not such a shame. For the world is getting crowded and I can't see a lapse. It's not about leaving spaces but filling the gaps. We're all bumping and knocking strangers all the time. Sometimes we don't notice, mostly we don't mind. A foot brushes your ankle on a peak hour bus. Someone's hand on the small of your back as they pass. The shopkeeper's fingers, while handing you change, can lightly brush yours without feeling too strange. Why I felt so alive I can't quite determine. There could be a word to explain it in German. Some take others home, waking up to regret it. We only touched elbows and I'll never forget. DJ still spins his black moons and keeps them all moving with his faithful tunes. And the lights not in sync, they're mechanically powered. We only touched elbows and I still haven't showered. Thank you. Sorry, so you request the loaf every year, right? You've seen my brain capacity. I'll promise you I will.
It's just so realistic.
Can you leave your phone number. I'm going to learn it this week and I'll call you and I'll sing it. I'll do it, I promise. It's going to take a little effort on my part to relearn. It's like an 8-minute song.
Oh no, that's brilliant.
Magic realism. No one else in Australia requests it because it's about an exploding loaf of bread that kills a room of people. It's a Christmas murder ballad and no one... This is the only guy. Do you want to... Oh, I showed Linda, I wrote this 2 days ago. It's not finished, but I'm going to... Do you want to do that?
Give it the world premiere.
It's not, seriously, the lyrics aren't finished yet, so yeah. When the clouds gather round your mind, call on me. When your past creeps back from behind, call on me. When you lock the door to the bar, the streets are dark and you had to park so far. Let my voice carry you safely to the car. Call on me. When the road fans out in all directions, where to walk? When your dreams have all lost their connections, it pays to talk. On your 5-day meditation retreat, they found a repressed memory and they pulled back the sheet. Now your reality lies in tatters round your feet, so call on me. It's true I have many fears and insecurities of my own, but none so bad they can't be drowned out by the sound of the phone. When you quietly sneak away from the wedding, 'cause it makes you think of where your own life is heading. And all this talk of true love is so upsetting, so call on me. It's true you have many fears, but so does everyone. But if you breeze through each day on, where's the fun? I can think up some new jokes to say. It doesn't matter the time of the day. I'll probably be awake anyway, so call on me.
World premiere.
Does anyone know the backing, the duet, the words to this song? Preferably a female, because that's how it was recorded.
Help me out here.
Jazz? We did this in Armidale and the girl just read it off her phone, so, you know. What's that?
Should I do something?
Do you know the song? It's all these things.
You just try it anyway.
Massive smash hit in about 2006.
Darren, I don't know you.
Oh, hey, how's it going?
Oh no, I should know, shouldn't I?
There's a falling satellite, the thought keeps me awake at night. It's really tricky if you don't.
Yeah, sure. But I'd love to.
Well, is there a song that you do know?
Well, I'm sure there's a lot. How about I'll just like go to the side.
Have a think.
Yeah, we'll have a think, and we'll.
And in while that's happening, do you know it? Look, Linda and I, we'll just do it. If you can think of another anything, we'll yeah.
You know it.
You know it.
I know it.
All these people are so shy. Every shadow, there are things that follow you. From your late night dead end job, from the old neighborhoods where you grew. There's a falling satellite.
What keeps me awake at night?
There's a chocolate fondue.
No nutritional value.
There's a ground invasion, complete color coordination. There's a sleepover screen. The bed is not a trampoline. There's a hymn with a hand on the heart. It's easier. And all these things will follow you. And all these things will follow you. Da, da, da. Staying locked inside all day is no big deal. But I'm yet to read a travel brochure that could change the way that I feel. It's suffocating in the car.
That's just the way some families are.
It's a book you'll get around to read.
It's a pet that you forgot to feed. I did that today.
It's an ex-girlfriend you can't forget.
A godparent you've never met.
It's if you leave the bench to us. I'm only joking. We rung the other 49 up, the others also can. And those things will follow you, and all those things will follow you, and all the lights will shine right through. So when you open up your eyes, they will know you when they do. Did you steal my pen? I left it here.
You mean the one behind your ear?
You're just a piece of work, that's all.
Take me and hang me on the wall.
Away from where the guards linger.
You touched me the painting with your finger.
And I was placed under gallery arrest.
It's a chance to wear your
Yeah, look sharp on the stand, raise my right shaking hand, swear everything I say is true, on a first edition copy of Peter Pan. And those things will follow you, and all those things will follow you, and all those lights will shine right through. So when you open up your eyes, they will know you when they do. Yeah, when you open up your eyes, they will know you when they do. Yeah, when you open up your eyes, they will know it's you. Thank you so much. That's it. Thank you so much. See you later. See you next time.
Hey Darren, come on, sexy.